item. So once again, good morning to you and welcome to the show. Let's start this morning with some motivation. And our quote, Sinatra, who says, the best revenge is massive success. The best revenge is massive success. So if you have targeted someone that you want to revenge, you want to show that person some revenge, make sure that you're succeeding at what you're doing now. Forget about what people think. Go ahead and succeed at whatever you lay your hands to this morning. And that's our quote, bringing us to time for our video of the day. Well, but you know, one thing that we've not stopped talking about is what happened at Yoko. It was rather a long day at the Economic and Organized Crimes Office, Yoko, yesterday, following the arrest of Dennis Miracles Abuaje, who has also indicated his readiness to contest the National Communications Officer portfolio, Communications Director portfolio for the new Patriotic Party. Now, yesterday we saw quite a number of MPP stalwarts trooped to Yoko premises to also get to understand what the situation was. And later on in the evening, we heard that indeed he's been granted a 50 million CD bail. As to whether or not that has been met, we'll get some details for you. But then the suspected charges include conspiracy to steal and stealing, using public office for profit, causing financial loss to the state, dissipation of public funds, defrauding by false pretenses, money laundering, and other suspected offers. And Yoko basically says he will be granted bail pending investigations. And there are some other names that have also been mentioned. Gerald Apia, we are told, accountant at the IMCC when Miracles was heading that institution. And so quite a lot of scenes coming in from there yesterday on your screens. And it was a long day. It was from morning all the way into the late hours. Even as at evening, yesterday, we saw the minority leader, Alexander Kwamna Afenyo-Markin, in the company of Henry Nanabi as well. And then we also saw Samuel Atachia yesterday at Yoko premises. Quite a packed scene since yesterday. Salam Mustafa, as you can see on your screens as well. So we saw the MPP bigwigs there yesterday, and they actually also had a lot to say with regards to what is happening to Dennis Miracles Abuaje. Some say this is harassment, is political intimidation, quite a lot of narratives that have been put on this particular development. But let's bring a recap of how yesterday went, and we'll come back and talk about it.
The political heat intensified as the new Patriotic Party mounted pressure on the Economic and Organized Crime Office over the detention of Dennis Miracles Abuaje. Led by party executives and supporters, the MPP delegation arrived at the Iyoko premises demanding clarity on the circumstances surrounding the arrest and the delay in communicating the charges against the aspiring National Communications Director.
All the people that they have been chasing around, I don't know if you have heard any meaningful prosecution going on, but by the time you realize, they have tarnished your image. That's all this government is doing. And look, these things you are doing, don't forget that you will lose power one day. Just 18 months ago, and the MPP was in power. It melts like an ice. It goes away. Maybe it makes them happy when they see us here. So once it makes them happy for them to see us here, we also come. We are so happy.
But we've seen you do this quite a number of times.
And I'll keep doing it. We'll keep doing it and keep doing it. I am not tired.
Other party figures, including former Greater Accra Regional Minister Titus Glover and Uwejagbawe MP Jerry Ahmed, also added their voices to the growing calls for transparency and accountability.
Okay. To bring more people to come and solidarize with their brother. It's sending a signal that the way President Mama and his government is running this country is not good.
But is that a way to go?
If Miracle has wronged, you can invite him quietly. A lot of MPP ministers and appointees who have been coming and going. Do you hear of them? Why only Miracle? He traveled, just arrived in Accra International Airport, then we whisked him away like a fugitive. That is the problem. That is the challenge, which media and Ghanaians have to address.
When you're traveling and they come and arrest you at the airport, when you have never been invited or told about any offense, it's just getting too bad. I keep saying that when we go on this tangent, it will get to a stage, people will not sit and watch and wait. They will revolt. When you keep pressing the necks of people, they will want to scream. I don't know why Iyoko has this modus operandi, and we are just allowing it. And the CSOs have gone to sleep. All manner of people have gone to sleep, and we are watching. It may be my turn. It may be your turn. Tomorrow, it will be their turn. Nobody will come and stand here and be screaming. Why? What's happening? And President Mama is overseeing this.
The party insists that due process must be followed and has raised concerns over what it describes as the handling of the matter by the State Investigative Agency.
Police holding sticks and guns does this warrant guns and sticks? Is that how to manage crowd? In the modern day policing under John Dramani Mahama, that people are holding guns. When you go to other places, people are using technology and other ways to manage crowds. They are using guns and sticks. No. We can do better.
Miracle Sabuaji was arrested together with the former accountant of the Secretariat, Gerald Appiah. In a statement issued on Monday, July 13, 2026, Iyoko said the arrest followed ongoing investigations into suspected misappropriation, misapplication, diversion and theft of public funds at the Secretariat. The investigations were initiated after Iyoko received a petition from the current executive.
All right, so that's a recap of what happened yesterday. Like I said, it went all the way into the night. We'll talk about it on the show. My guest will be joining us. But then there's an interesting conversation I'll be having with IB, but right after this break. Well, thank you so much for staying on with us. And if you're a young person, and you know these days there are some assertions that young people are staying away from family life. You don't want to marry. The boys are running away from it. The girls are running away from it. There's a UNFPA report, a very interesting report, and that's garnering a lot of exciting conversations as well as to what really the position of young people is when it comes to the issue of marriage and family life. Ibrahim Al-Hassan has been perusing the document and he's been smiling since. Ivy, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so the UNFPA report is out.
Yes, in commemoration of World Population Day.
World Population Day, yes.
You know, there is this perception out there that many young people are occupied with jobs, career, and personal development. And so settling down is not an option to many of them. Marriage, not an option. I mean, having families is not an option.
Yeah.
Well, so the report that has just been released by the UN talks about the fact that the perception doesn't resonate with the young people in Ghana. And that to the contrary, young people in Ghana want to actually get married. They want to settle down, Joshua. They want to have children. So the family core is not there. So they don't have money. So job insecurity, financial instability is the reason why many young Ghanaians are not able to get married. They are not able to settle down. They are not able to have families. Yes. So that's what the UN is telling us. And that's quite instructive. Of course, it doesn't take away the fact that there are many others with the means, but they still don't think marriage is a good institution for them to get into. That's there.
Yeah.
But this report released by the UN speaks to that fact that they want to.
People want to marry. And they don't have money to get married. But do you need money to get married?
Good question. And that's a very brilliant question. My answer is an emphatic yes. Right? Tell me which aspect of marriage doesn't place a financial burden on you. The levels might differ. The levels might be different, right? But tell me, and you have officiated weddings, not as a man of God, but as an MC. As an MC,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which aspect of wedding, which aspect of even customer marriage doesn't need money?
Yeah.
I think the challenge has been the extravagant nature of marriage.
I have seen some lists from certain families. Sometimes you want this happening here, whether the bride is for sale. Because some really extravagant stuff. I have had friends who have done a list, and that has been the end. For the list, that's it. Nothing happens after the list. No marriage thing.
Interesting. Joshua, before you even go for the list, you know what you need as a young man? For now, single room will not be helpful.
Oh no.
No lady will want to readily accept your proposal if you live in a single room.
Yeah.
So that's out.
Nation marriage, at least that's self-contained.
Chamber and hall self-contained. Now, that will require money. And we are not talking about even the location, because sometimes the location is equally a challenge, right? There are ladies who tell you that Chamber Hall, right, but where is it located? Sometimes even the flooding has reduced the value small, but at least it's
play.
But where is it located? You say Kaswa. That might be a problem. You see, that might be a problem.
They won't go to Kaswa.
They won't go to Kaswa.
So even if you were dating and you were in Kaswa while dating, if you want to get married,
they expect you
come
to
to
move.
town.
They expect you to move. Lily is saying she won't go.
You see, after which
you see,
broadcasting.
You see how we are suffering. You see, so aside that, are you gainfully employed?
Yeah.
So that's very important.
The job instability comes in.
That's where
because you might be employed today. By next week, your boss says, "Oh, Charlie, we are not making profit, so we are letting go."
Good. So those of you who are employed, how often are you paid? That's a question the woman will want to ask. That's the question the woman will want to ask.
Yeah.
You get a point. So it's not just about job instability. It's also about a stream of income. How stable is it?
Yeah. that is also very key.
True.
Because there are sometimes, and they also look at benefits. Yeah. So there are certain jobs that you have health benefits and all of these things. Now the woman will want to find out because in case of an emergency, what happens?
That's the point. So after marriage, that decision will then inform whether you procreate or not. Because imagine, two young couple, you are struggling to make a living. You are struggling to cater for your needs. Would that allow you to make the decision of introducing a third person in this equation?
And babies are expensive. Don't let anybody lie to you.
You know much more than anybody.
Oh, by you are. No, babies are so expensive because they come with all these associated costs, even from pregnancy. Because once your wife gets pregnant, everything changes. Once the pregnancy enters the fray, everything changes. What she eats will change. What she will wear will change. Everything till delivery. And after, even during the process, antenatal also comes with a certain cost. So if you're living far from even the hospital, transportation to antenatal regularly becomes a problem.
That's the point. Now, so all this burden.
Make money.
That's the point.
And the pressure. I remember officiating a wedding in 2014. Now, the bride and groom decided that after marriage, they were going to wait for a period of about 2 years before having babies. Guess what? The pressure that came on them. Now, why have you been married for over a year? No baby. And so when I'm officiating, when I'm handling wedding reception, one of the things I constantly say is that nobody should ask them or say that Afise say, na yete baby also. I don't want to hear that.
You know what they say? They say, sorry, I could not make it to your wedding. I'll come for the naming ceremony.
Have I told you I'm naming anybody?
You get the point. That's how much pressure we place on young
people. So there's that societal bit as well. That makes things look a certain way. And now social media. You have to go and get bloggers. Those who do reels for you. For your traditional marriage, you have to change 3 times. And then, please, if you can afford it, I'm all for you. And then bring the job. I will do the MC for you and take good money. But then if you cannot, go to AMA, go to any of the assemblies, go and sign. You are married, you are married. It is marriage to do that as well. So don't put pressure on yourself. No. The truth of the matter is that I know someone who was getting married and his priority was the invite he was sending to people with the hope that when people come for the ceremony, they will bring him money. And that money is what he will use. I said, hey, if you try it, you will regret it. They'll bring you glass. Drinking glass, champagne glass from China Mall. They'll bring you those things. You pack a lot of those into your homes. And if you're not careful, you'll be frustrated after the marriage. After the ceremony itself, you'll be very frustrated in the marriage. Lily, you're not going after Wager.
Me do Wager Kranayadum. Not even after. Me do Wager itself. Kranayadum. See, there are certain places. Imagine if I had gotten married by now and I lived with my husband around Wager. This morning, I can't come to work. It's raining. I can't come to work. You see, if you look at the kind of jobs you do, it will inform the kind of people you marry and where they live.
But why are you talking to me anyhow? No, it's like you people decided to bring me to come and talk to me anyhow on the show.
But Joshua,
and what Lily said is the reason why many people are delaying the decision. To get married and settle down.
Because it costs a lot of money to get married. It is not just about the paper. Right after marriage, you have to share cost. Electricity. Today, electricity is not cheap. Water is not cheap. Groceries is not cheap. Yes, the dollar rate is down, but is it reflective when you go to the market? You see? So all these things, you have to factor them. And then you go and marry hoping. Hope is not a strategy.
No.
So you don't marry with hope?
No.
Hope is never a strategy.
No pastor will tell you to get married with hope.
Oh, some do.
Oh, really?
Some do.
They say faith. And then,
No. That was our mothers. Baby was our mothers. My mother didn't actually care. But now, no anymore. No, the lady is talking about cost sharing.
Yes.
That's a modern lady. There are many other ladies who don't think about cost sharing.
The man's money is our money. And then me, as a woman, my money is mine.
That one is there. Okay, when I want to buy certain things. But in today's world, I don't think that anybody who wants to marry and I'll be thinking, what is the man going to bring to me? What am I actually bringing to the table?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So if I don't have a stable income, I don't think that I want to burden anybody's son. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to that family. Every day, the man will be sweating. See, and you men, you don't talk about your issues.
We don't.
Yes.
We don't.
But the things that
Lily,
men go through,
Lily, go.
See, men don't talk about it. Yeah. But sometimes you see a man very quiet. He's calculating too many things. Yeah. And imagine you, the lady, you are not working. He has to bear the cost of children's school fees, pay rent. Rent in Accra is very, very expensive. School fees in Accra is very expensive. Even if you want to take your child to the lowest of schools, it's not cheap.
It comes at a cost.
So why would I want to burden somebody's son with all that? No. Feeding fee, feeding, how much do they even feed them? The children will go and sleep, then you go and pay feeding fee. Then you pay school fees. Then when they come home, what they will eat. And then their diapers. Today, diaper is not cheap.
Oh, no, at all.
And if you're a working mother, you have to supplement with formula. Formula is not cheap.
Yeah.
So why then will I want to go and burden somebody's son? If I'm not financially stable, let me sit in my mother's house. At least when she cooks, I'll get kanzo.
Get something to eat. Yeah.
I mean, let's be very... See,
it really has just reflected the reason why the young people are saying they have to delay their marriages by the UN report.
It's just the economic reasons.
Yes.
Of course.
Not because people don't want to get married.
And see, whether we lie to ourselves and say, oh, yes, thankfully, now, relatively, the country's economy is doing well.
Yeah.
Yes.
But does it reflect in salaries?
No.
Yeah.
So the purchasing power is still very low. Yeah. It does not reflect. And so when you go out there, you cannot say that, oh, you see, my papa, but so, boss, my salary, no.
You
know, so as for that report, me, I relate to it. See, a lot of young people out there who have found significant others they would want to get married. But when they look at the Nokofio, it's not there.
So it's not that the guys are too unfaithful and too germane these days. And it's not that the girls too have spoiled too much.
See, people say, oh, and the girls are enlightened. We are enlightened because we want to cost share. We are not bringing everything to the neck of the man to carry.
Oh, Lily.
His shoulders will break.
Oh.
Yeah. That is why men are dying.
That's true. We are dying.
but Ivy is not dying.
You see the way he looked at you? Did you see the way he looked at you? That is the reality on ground.
No.
That is the reality on ground.
It's not dying.
How do dying people look like?
But it's an exciting thing.
Oh, it's an
exciting. I think it's a very exciting conversation to have, looking at especially how things have panned out in these times. And people want to get married, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
the ladies especially should lessen the burden. You see, if you want to manage the ceremony, the answer lies with the woman.
Oh, of course.
If the woman wants to help you cut down cost, she will.
You know, interesting. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I was saying that if I want to get married, I know my folks are watching. My mother is watching. My grandmother is watching. Good morning. But if I want to get married, 50 people.
That's all.
Yes.
That's all.
If my grandmother wants to bring people from Gumankan, Ikwe, no one is no.
So now even 48, because we've taken the two.
We've taken 2 slots. 40. Mr. Jantot has taken 1. 47.
So, see. Because after the ceremony is the real marriage.
The real marriage.
That's when reality sets in.
Yeah.
That's when the least thing you are anointed.
Oh, yeah.
So you will have to cut costs right from the beginning.
I was speaking to the youth in my church on Wednesday on relationships and marriage. And, I was telling them that, listen, there are people whose wedding receptions I emceed. Their children are currently in maybe class 2 or 3. They've still not paid me.
You see? They're using that money to pay school fees.
Of course.
Money. So you've been taking
they burden themselves so much with the ceremony itself, and they didn't have. The hope was that when people come, they will bring me envelopes, and with that, because of relationships, I'll pay you after the ceremony. Their children currently are in class 2, still in Chiameka.
People give much more contributions at funerals than
at weddings. Yes. Because they see this is the saying. Yeah. And that's why you
Exactly. If you don't have money.
So if you don't have money, why do you go get married?
So make money.
Yeah, it's important.
And so legitimately. That one too is very important.
Otherwise, the US will come for you.
On that note, let me quickly extradite them from the studio. And then we'll bring the conversations. Stick and stay with us. Well, thank you so much for staying on with us. It's time for the Breakfast Review, where we get to talk about some topical issues making the rounds in the country. And today, I've been joined by my guest this morning. I have Bernard Kwame Oredu. He's a private legal practitioner and a member of the NPP's legal team. Elikem Kotoko is also here. He is Deputy National Organizer of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. And Kwame Jantwa, a private legal practitioner and a proud member of the Convention People's Party, the CPP. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kodjo, so it's legal directorate.
Legal directorate. Oh, okay. So there's a legal director
Yes,
of the NPP.
It's a wing of the party.
Right. You guys have been busy.
Yeah, we have. Since my brother and his people came to power, we've been busy from Woon to me through to a lot of us. I mean, now Miracles, and we've been busy. But it's unfortunate. We're going to get there, but it's unfortunate. That's what I would say.
Okay. Elikem, how's it been?
Very challenging, but very fulfilling as well.
Okay.
And you're happy that something good is happening. I always keep saying, I have said this time without number, that are we where we used to be? The answer is no. Are we where we want to be? The answer is still no. But are we on the right path to where we want to be? That answer is yes.
Right. Right.
You know, his name always intrigues me, Elikem Kotoko. I mean, the combination.
So back in school, I always used my full name, Eric Kevin. So I used Eric Kevin Kotoko. But one, coming into politics, and two, I felt my identity should be well known. Absolutely. And I didn't want to use any.
But the
Western...
Kotoko, is it ever?
No, it's. In fact, there were two whoever knows me.
Yes,
I'm a conqueror of the Ashanti state.
Elikem and Kotoko, how do you combine?
So my dad lived. I'm from Amphodian, where the meaning of Ashanti is a certainty because of war. Yeah. And they used to extend their territories by conquering and winning more wars. Mm-hmm. So they attempted taking over or conquering my great-great-grandfather, and he challenged them, and they couldn't. Okay. So he drove them off. So he said he's the Kotoko.
Oh,
so
interesting. Council, good morning.
Interesting.
Talking about my family.
So Ashanti, I'm right? Ashanti. And
Good morning. Kodjo, I have one question.
Right.
Do you think that the fight in terms of sanitation will be won by getting citizens to clean up?
I don't think it's a sustainable means to win that fight.
No, I think
so. So what should be the fight? The fight should be those institutions have been given the mandate. The city is right to the city. So if that is the case, why aren't we planning? For me, that is the challenge.
Yeah.
Why aren't we planning? With these rains, by now, I would have thought we would have set up a committee to look at the drainage in Accra, because Accra is flat land. Yeah. Hasn't it happened before? Mm-hmm. Will it not happen again? If we are not lucky, the rains that happen on 28th or 29th June will happen again before the rainy season is out. Where is the plan?
Well, that's a question that I'm sure that would have to find answers to. And Elikem, you have about
that. Just to add a quick one to that. The greater thing, we need to address this with the three-pronged approach, both short-term, medium, and long-term. The long-term is that we need to begin education aggressively. The purpose of education is to impact and reform society.
We used to have Red Cross and what those clubs, etc. If now we need to have sanitation clubs, etc., we must begin them at the very early stage, so they imbibe that into themselves. So the young guy who is getting education goes home, and the father who is illiterate or mother who is illiterate, that's something that is untoward. You say, hey, ma, I was taught in school not to do this, do that. My dad taught me that. I always use it as an example. When you are leaving the house, he asks, have you hit the wall? It just means, have you turned off every appliance? And it's part of me. So my kids is the same with them. So that part of long-term approach, one. Stronger and reform policies that will reform to relook at things. The Ghana of 5 decades ago is not the same today, so we need to relook at that. Yeah. Then proper planning and also the laws, its enforcement and punitive measures to serve as deterrent to people. So it is not only about the law enforcement, etc., because the laws are there, its enforcement is a challenge. Resources is another as well too.
Yeah. But why?
So when we don't have,
we can't just talk about it.
Yes, but you know, Senior, what the problem has become is that it has become a big hole.
Yeah.
When it started maybe earlier on, we could have solved it, but
yes, we've allowed
now
it to become a big hole.
So
a gaping
hole.
hole.
I was on a sister station yesterday, and this issue came up, and I was like, look, if any government comes to power, they should decide, look, I'm coming, I'm doing only one thing, and you can get it done. But when that government is doing only one thing, others will also criticize that, and that will not also be practical. So you would have to be addressing the things little by little, but in the end, by the time you are done with the first, getting to the fourth thing, the wound has opened again.
I beg to differ.
We need to really intensify education and policy.
Let me tell you why I beg to differ. I want a government that comes in and says, I don't care if I win the next election or not. I'm doing the right thing.
So let me give you an example.
Go.
President Mahama is doing big pushes in there. That's a semblance of what we're talking about.
Okay.
He's prioritized
the
roads because he's seen them. But what are we? We're receiving even a lot of criticism over, like even this sanitation issue. People said if a quarter of what was being used for big push was being used for this, it would have resulted in. That is what I'm talking about. So it will always be. But government budget is also so big that you can't just focus on. When I say big, I mean to say because as a country, it is scarce, but it is still big.
Yeah.
That if it's only road you want, you can do it, but you stifle many people. You maybe have casualties in the process because imagine you don't touch on health and what will happen. So you see,
Mr. Jantua, one other major thing, which I think probably, I don't know if it is an issue for governments or for all of us, is there are too many people living on the streets. There are too many people living on the streets. When they generate the field,
that tells you something.
Where do they send the field to?
Yeah.
That tells you something.
See, if you ever pass through Okaishi, Makola, Circle at night,
it's a whole residence.
Why are there too many people living on the streets? We need to answer that question.
We have not
decentralized enough. So everything is concentrated.
We haven't planned our housing policy well.
No.
Period.
It is not entirely
those who could afford.
We have just outlived some of them, which I agree. Another good example. Look, in the UK now, they are complaining that there's heat wave, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? I believe there's a very unfortunate building defect in the United Kingdom. Why am I saying so? They do not have ceiling fans or air conditioning provisions. Now that this is happening, is the UK going to look at these Victorian buildings and say, let's now modify the building codes to make room for air conditioners or make room for ceiling fans? Because people are dying. People are dying and feeling the heat. They are coming out to live and all that.
That's a very good observation.
Yeah, and so that is the United Kingdom we are talking about, and that is an albatross on their neck now.
But they are structured.
Which cannot, they are structured, but you see,
even their houses are so closely knitted. No ventilation.
Challenges are everywhere. But that is why I believe that the basic way, which is a long-term approach, is that we must begin education from the very basic.
Absolutely.
Whatever we all learn, we assimilate and we get used to it, and then it becomes part of us. But if we want to always address it from the top, so reforms that will bring in new, even the syllabus and schools, just to teach them that we need to, for instance, have wildlife clubs so that they know that the wildlife in the forest, etc., must be protected.
It's also
sanitation is one.
We used to have all these things.
Looks like there is quite a lot we need to do.
We used to have all these things. It's not that we haven't had it before. We used to have it.
But along the line, we lost everything.
I don't know why. Let's go back.
We'll have to revise. We'll have to revise our notes on that.
But it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Not breaking. It's heart-wrenching.
It really is.
It's
heart-wrenching.
Anyways.
It's not a nice thing.
Yeah.
Well, quite a worrying situation, and I'm sure that we'll keep talking about it. We can never stop talking about issues of sanitation and when it comes to planning as well as a country. But let's get into the details of our conversations for the morning. I want to start with you, Kwame.
Kodjo.
And yes, like I said, you've been very busy, and yesterday we saw. Now, bill sum of 50 million cedis has been placed with some other conditions. Do you know where Miracles is? Has it been granted bail?
Kodjo, let me say good morning to your viewers. Good morning to my colleagues here as well.
Morning.
The Miracle situation is an unfortunate one. It's quite, absurd to have somebody who has been a subject of investigation, who has been cooperating with investigators, to be arrested and kept and detained in such manner. What is bail? What is bail? It is just simple. You are either being investigated or you've committed a crime. There will be other processes. So when we need you, we want you to avail yourself. That is all bail is about. So investigations have started in respect of probably his workings as the executive secretary of the Interministerial Committee on Decentralization. He's cooperating. He's visited the IOCO several times. And now you feel that where you've got into in terms of your investigations, you need to arrest him and probably prefer charges or any other thing. And this is somebody who has been cooperating with you. How would you detain him again? For what purpose? Because the main purpose for bail is whether the person is going to come back when you need him to face further processes. And the person of Miracle Abuaji, already there's a stop order on him. So it means he's never going to leave the jurisdiction without without detection.
Right.
He will be detected. So what is this bill sum of 50 million cedis? Is it what? It is pure punishment. And it is high time lawyers start speaking. This sort of practice, for me, is an affront to the provision of law, especially the Constitution. There's already a case pending at the Supreme Court on this matter by Sophia Koko. Because when you look at the wording of Article 14.3, I don't know if your viewers could project that and if you give me the permission to read it.
Right.
It clearly states that...
Well, of the Constitution.
Of the 1992 Constitution. You have it here. Please, if you could just... Mr. Jantua is giving me his copy.
Article 14.3?
42. 14.3, sorry.
Article 14.3.
Mr. Jantua, if you could give me your copy for... Yes. I just want to do a bit of an exercise here and let all of us understand that what IOCO is doing right now is an affront to the provisions of law.
Any person arrested, restricted, or detained.
Okay, so you could read it.
So any person arrested, restricted, or detained, either for court-ordered execution or upon reasonable suspicion of a criminal offense, must be brought before a competent court of law.
Please, no.
Okay, go ahead.
Read that slowly. After the B, shall be brought. It's not must. The read.
Yes.
Why are you reading?
Then read yours.
Okay, so let me read it. Let me read mine. It's always good to read from the Please. A person who is arrested, restricted, detained, shall be informed immediately in a language that he understands of the reasons for his arrest, restriction, detention, of his right to a lawyer of his choice. That is the 2. The emphasis is on the 3. A person who is arrested, restricted, or detained for the purpose of bringing him before a court in execution of an order of a court, or B, upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed or being about to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana, and who is not released, the emphasis on who is not released, shall be brought before a court within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction, or detention. So the law is very clear and explicit. If you keep me because of your suspicion of me having to commit a crime or have committed a crime, you have 48 hours to keep me. The law is absolute. After those 48 hours, you have to produce me before the court. You will not tell me that you have given me bail. And therefore, if I'm able to satisfy the bail, I go. If I'm not able to satisfy the bail, where do I? Am I not in your custody still? But you can't keep me. The law is clear. So this thing that the IOCO boss is doing, that everybody is quiet, he's breaching the Constitution. He's breaching. See, if please, you maybe people may think just read the B people may think probably I'm doing.
So, upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed or being about to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana, and who is not released.
Who is not what? Released. Has Miracle been released since Saturday? No.
Shall be brought before a court.
Shall be brought before a court.
Within 48 hours.
Miracle was arrested on what? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today is Tuesday. Has Yoko brought him before any court?
Right.
Read further.
Shall be brought before a court within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction, or detention.
So the Constitution is so straightforward. So all of us are watching the Yoko boss and his people breach the Constitution. Today probably it's Miracle. The next day, I don't know. It could be Alika. It could be Mr. Jantua. What are we saying? And all they do is that, they hide under the guise that within the 48 hours or after the 48 hours, I've granted you bail. If I'm unable to meet the bail conditions, who is keeping me? Are you not the one keeping me?
Right.
But they said you cannot detain me after 48 hours. You need to produce me before a court. So the proper thing to do, if you keep me more than 48 hours, is to take me before the court and let the court decide.
Exactly.
You cannot tell me that you've granted me bail, so you've met the conditions and keeping me for 48 hours. If I'm unable to meet the bail conditions, do I go home? Am I not still under detention? Have you not still kept me in your custody? Are you not breaching Article 14.3 of the 1992 Constitution? Right. And who is talking? He did it with Dubuahi. I mean, I don't want to personalize it as in Remonacha, but the Yoko did it with Dubuahi. They did it with Win to me. They did it with Sophia Koko and the prominent lawyer, Minka Premo. They are now doing it with Miracles, and everybody is quiet. Blatant disregard for constitutional provision.
Right.
And we are all quiet looking at him. He can't do that. Yoko can't do that. It is an affront to the constitutional provision.
Is that something you're taking on as a legal director?
It is already before the Supreme Court in one matter which Sophia Koko was taking through something similar. So there's a pending case. But it is so clear that we don't need any constitutional interpretation from the Supreme Court. If you arrest me, the Constitution says, yes, do whatever you want to do with me. Keep me in detention. Keep me in your custody. But after 48 hours, if you still need me, produce me before a court. You don't say that you have given me bail, so I should meet the bail conditions and go home.
Before your release.
If I meet the bail conditions and go home, I've been released. What if I don't meet the bail condition?
Right.
Why do you keep me? Do you ask me to go home and come back to see you? So you use the bail condition to sort of impugn on the person's rights. So listen, I've never spoken in this manner. I'm always soft-spoken and all that. But I am worried because we should have some fidelity to our 1992 Constitution. And I'm back to the bill sum.
50 million.
Miracle Abuaji, who has been cooperating with you, you claim in your own letter. You are asking him to bring property worth 50 million cedis before you release him. Are we serious? The person has been cooperating with you. Anytime you needed him, he was there. How do you put such sum on his head when there's already a stop order? It is just pure punishment and show of power.
Right.
It is pure punishment and show of power. Even look at the wording of the letter they brought out. You see, that is even a major problem. They bring out a letter and says what? Miracle is being investigated for. They listed about 7 of them. If you could project it. Yeah, you listed them, right? Oh, no. Please, if you could project them. Yes.
So
about 7 of them.
We'll get that.
About 7 of them. Fraud, using public office for profits, about 6 or 7 of them. Let me count. Thank you so much. Suspected charges. Conspiracy to steal and stealing.
Yes.
Using public office for profit. Causing financial loss to the state. Dissipation of public funds. Defrauding by false pretenses. Money laundering. Other suspected. You see, this is where Yoko is cruel. You see, in criminal investigations, it's just like an audit. You are queried, you provide your responses. Yeah. You claim that these are the offenses he is being investigated for, he may be charged with. He may have produced responses to them. Did you publish that response as well? So what you have done is to crucify him in the eyes of the public. So now anybody who is seeing this is saying, Miracle Abuaji has been fraudulent with some transactions, is dead. What about his responses? Investigations are like audits. They ask you, Kodjo, you have been investigated for having taken this constitution. What do you say? I said, no, I have not taken it. Oh, yes, I have taken it. So if I am reproducing whatever has ensued between myself and you, I at least let other people know that this is the side of your story.
Right.
You don't bring that out. You bring this thing out, and you are just now everybody sees Miracle Abuaji as a criminal when he has not even been hurt. They did that. The Attorney General did that with Dubois with a press conference without letting us know the responses he had been given. Because investigations are like audit. You are queried, you provide answers. The second issue, if Kodjo, Mr. Ali come here is being charged with me for an offense, and you are dealing with Mr. Elikem, how do you bring my name? That, there's another person in the person of an accountant. As for him, he started paying. It is deliberate and calculated to forge in the minds of Ghanaians that Miracle has done something bad. Because they want to say that, even his accomplice has started paying. Criminal charges are preferred differently. Even when you are charged with conspiracy, that the two of you have been, the particulars offense, you on your own, the particulars refer to you, that this is the particular thing you did, that they believe you conspired with another person. So if indeed you are investigating two persons, Miracle Abuaji and a certain accountant, and the accountant has started paying, and you are releasing, you are coming to the press to tell us why Miracle is being kept in your custody, what has the issue of accountant coming to do?
Right.
Why do you want to bring that in? So you are bringing that in to let people know that, indeed, some stealing occurred, and the other person cried, he started paying. So it is calculated to just destroy the reputation of Miracles, and we shouldn't do this into ourselves.
Very well. Well, there's a lot of fire in the studio. And understandably so. Understandably so.
I'm actually
so we need to quench that fire before we bring Elikem in. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. We'll hear from my other guests.
Once upon a time, in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Oh, sure. Go straight. Turn left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Right after that tree, there is a watch cellar. If you reach, ask there. Anybody will show you.
Hey, play when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Why Fatika want to be dribble? The coach must go. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibe.
Have you acted? Mami Gobe Nubi, the Kokono. One Garino. Let us say that
These, my dear ones, are some few moments that makes our Ghana truly special.
And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lele rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Lele rice, ye nimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to GHOne Dental Clinic, where we run all dental procedures such as examination and consultation, root canal treatment, scaling and polishing, braces, teeth whitening, extraction, restoration, that is filling, teeth replacement. With this, we have the dentures, the bridges, and implants. The dentures are the removable teeth replacement. Bridges and implants are permanent or non-removable. Locate our branches nationwide at Tamale, Tishibu, opposite the post office. Also at Kumasi, Abreport Junction. Techiman Magazine off the Market Road. You can also locate us at Koforidua Central Market, adjacent the Central Police Station. Takrady, Tadisco Junction. Accra, our two branches are located at Atomic Dam, Kwabenya Roundabout, and also at Nungwa, behind the Nungwa main road station. You can call us on 059 87 31 823. GHOne Dental Clinic. It is time to smile again.
Ready for school? Yes! My champs, they use a lot of energy at school. I know because imagine the energy they may have used up to return home this transformed every day.
Your champs need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast, now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
It's a difficult bounce for the American defense to deal with. And Asamoah Gyan has scored! A wonderful volley!
The stadium is live. The fans are roaring and the excitement has officially kicked off. It's goal rush season at Confuse Ghana. This World Cup season, the match isn't just on the pitch. It's happening right in your home. Build your home stadium with world-class cinematic TVs, powerful sound bars, and home theaters, high-power speakers, laptops, tablets, and projectors for the ultimate streaming. CompuGhana is delivering unbeatable deals, not just discounts, but a chance to win 100-inch 4K smart TVs, mobile phones, laptops, and many more. Just purchase items 1,000 Ghana cedis and above and automatically enter the raffle draw. Shop online at CompuGhana.com. Call on 0302-752020. Go Rush season, the ultimate football experience. Only at
Still watching the Breakfast Review here on GHOne Television. This is J Today. I am Joshua Kodjo Mensah. We've heard from Bernard already. He's talked extensively about the miracles wahala currently. 50 million CD bill set on his head. And he says it does not make sense. It is also a breach of the Constitution, and we read 14.3. But let me come and find out.
Let me say, before my brother comes, I'm sorry if I was shouting to your viewers.
Oh, you didn't shout. My viewers understand.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
And permit me to first wish a happy birthday to one of my seniors back in school who was a role model for me into student leadership, Lieutenant Colonel GHOne America. He was SRC president at Takoradi Poly at the time. I had just finished secondary school and listening to him. And so happy birthday to you, senior, wherever you are, Lieutenant Colonel GHOne America. Let me first put on record that I do not think that in the enforcement of law, we should breach the same law.
Right.
Like he read in Article 14.3. I am not a lawyer and I don't prefer to be one. But however, I believe that what is wrong must always be wrong. You see, the only irony is that I do not want to sit here today and begin to give you a litany of lists or instances where there was brazen abuse of sin under the NPP regime. And therefore, if it was maybe Lawyer Dantua who was probably doing what he was doing, I would have understood and appreciated it more. Then at the very ending, he also was trying to assure us that miracle was not going to go anywhere. We haven't forgotten Ken Oforiatta. You know, Ken Oforiatta is bigger than miracles. I mean,
in the scheme of things, yes.
And even Ken, I don't know which word to use, whether he has squandered or he has
But
deserted us.
can you have not charged?
Yeah, I'm just saying. You get it. But you see, I'm not a lawyer, like I said, but I don't know what my brother was trying to say, that because Miracle's case was what was being addressed, they had no reason to reference Gerald Appiah, a former accountant. In the legal fraternity, you may have your rules. But in terms of security, when they need to brief us, they need to let us know some details. And they choose what detail they want to give us. So if Gerald Appiah is related to the same 55 million, which Miracles is related to, by the way, how much were we screaming on rooftops and composing songs against Woyome for? 40-something million, right? A song was composed. And that impression lived forever.
Gargantua.
So you need to be careful when you are in public office and how you conduct yourself. I am sad if, nobody's saying Miracles is guilty, but for what is being mentioned, the impression is already out, the impact is there, and the perception, yes, but you are just being served a dose of your own medicine. And that is why everybody knows me. I will not hide from it that I am harsh. But because I'm passionate about things and I speak the truth. Miracles is another fine gentleman, but I must tell you that I feel that he's been one of the reasons you people lost the elections.
The MPP lost the elections because of...
Because, you see, I feel that the MPP has not sat down till date to have a proper introspection of how they lost the election.
They put a committee together.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The committee presented a report.
Because
Kwame, you know where you lost, right?
Yes, because the things that I saw them doing in 2024 are the very same things they are still doing. I have listened to Miracles a lot of... He and I have even had a lot of banters or disagreements over issues and all of that. It does not mean I wish him ill. I just feel the right processes, right things must be done. So if, for instance, a right has been infringed on, that I also frown on. But if investigations have to be dealt with, it must be. We, however, need to know that the security operatives do not necessarily and always work with textbooks, where you would want things to be done in this way or that way. Right. At certain times, what information they have, you and I do not. When the incident happened, I think immediately people were calling for a statement, etc. I wouldn't be able to tell if Iyoko was already preparing one, or it was that hue and cry by Ghanaians or by some NPP people that caused Iyoko to actually do what he had to do in order to update us on what has been the case.
Yeah.
I am not surprised. But if you care to know, it did give some detail. The Miracles is aware that he's been under this investigation for some time now. Mm-hmm. Then I begin to ask myself, I chanced on a video of Miracles also saying that there was no way he would ever contest a national position in their party. Then I begin questioning myself again, could it be that having suspected something, GHOne to me is contesting. Okay, so let me energize the base in order. Let me quickly declare an intention. I know, because you see, while we may think you are even in power, there can be an infidel, an informant, and this whole thing exists. We all know it, even as people in politics. Mm-hmm. And so I do not want to lay blame over, but I believe that due process is what must be followed. Mm-hmm. I am scandalized already by the figures that are being mentioned. Because interestingly, I didn't know of this until about 3 weeks or a month ago when I had an intel from somebody who also was telling me similar thing. That, look, a lot of rots at the interministerial when Miracles was there and all of that. I recall I tried to reach out to somebody in order to ascertain some or verify some of these and all that. And I was arranging to further hold meetings in relation to that. So I'm not surprised with what has come on. For instance, he's been put on a stop list. Probably it meant that while he was away, he was on the stop list while he had already left. So if somebody's been put on a list of that nature, it meant the moment you came, they must actually operationalize that and do something. And they have stated in their letter as well that they have gotten further evidences or further upon investigations. And so I'm only saying that, yes, the right things should be done, or things should be done and done right. So if the only concern, the only concern has now been about the bail or the release and all of that. But we have had times when the NPP have always mentioned, how much is 50 million? How much is so and so? You see, so you need to be careful what you say today. Tomorrow, you then be caught flat-footed. And that is why I'm saying that I do not want to sit here and list a plethora of incidences where this same thing was done. But I can only remember a certain one of their own, Gregory Afoko. Nonado was president, human rights lawyer, one of your own people. See how you treated him. Yet his brother still feel proud to belong to your party and to be contesting national chairman today. Yeah. That is how forgiving Paul Afoko is. But if you are talking of these things, then you should be able, that is why I'm saying that if it was lawyer Jantua who was making references and saying these things, it should have sunk in deeper than my brother saying so. Because even in your own backyard, you were maltreating your people. That's why I said I don't want to give you. I can give you 10, 15. I can give you the list, names, things that were done to people. And we condemned it. Not an iota of that has been executed yet, but we're already on rooftops crying wolf. But I am not trying to justify anything of that sort, because Miracle's rights are his rights. Myself, as a student leader under President Kufuor, 6 times, or either 4 or 6 times, I was taken to cells, arrested. Did they ever read my rights to me? Did they ever? No. I'll be there the next day, they release me, they keep me here, they transfer me here. It all happened. It took the strength of the student leadership who I led because they believed in me. So let's stop these abuses. I agree with it as well. But like you're saying, if within 48 hours you're supposed to be put before court, yes. What again happens? So you may think that this is in clear terms, but it is why it always needs interpretation. So what happens if within the 48 hours you are granted bail, or within the 48 hours you are not? I am not a lawyer. Fortunately, I am sandwiched by them. And so they can be the best to advise and all of that. Yeah.
Counsel, fundamental question of 14.3, and its alleged breach by Yoko in this matter.
It's very important that the institution that carries the mandate of security and arrest go according to the law. So let me go to 14.2. It says, a person who is arrested, restricted or detained, the operative word here is shall. Mandatory. Huh? Shall be informed immediately in a language that he understands of the reasons of his arrest. Was Miracles informed immediately of reasons of arrest? Was he? I don't think so. Because when was the letter written?
The Yoko letter?
Yes.
It came out yesterday.
Yesterday. When was he arrested?
Saturday.
Was he told when he was arrested immediately, according to the Constitution? The other bit is...
that we can go into until...
The other bit too is the 48 hours. Mm-hmm. It says, shall.
Mandatory again.
Mandatory. And you know the irony? You know the irony in their letter? And for me, I'm only interested in making sure that the law is followed. I'll show you the irony in their letter. The irony in their letter says, Yoko further confirms that Mr. Abuaji will be granted bail. Listen, will be granted bail in accordance with the Constitution and the law of Ghana. What did he say here? Shall 48 hours. And they are saying what here?
Accordance.
And how long was he stayed? Did he stay there?
3 days now.
Have they not breached?
Right.
Can I come in? Just a quick one. Because I'm not a lawyer, I just want clarity.
Yeah.
So what has always been the case? If you are not able to meet the bail condition, what happens?
They have to produce you before court. Because you see...
No, if you are not able to meet the bail condition, I'm not saying within the 48 hours.
Which custody will you be in?
Okay, which custody will you be? Let me ask
That's
you.
what I'm asking.
You will still be in their custody. They won't release you to go.
Yes, but you have
so you are
failed
still
to
in
meet
their custody.
And I'm saying that you have failed to meet the bail
Have
condition.
they produced you before court?
What?
You see, I think you are deliberately
No.
avoiding my question.
No, I'm not. See,
I am saying that I've kept you, and I'm supposed to grant you bail.
Yes.
Now you failed to meet the bail.
Which conditions do you give me that type of
What happens to you?
Wait.
What happens?
Wait.
Oh, Mr. Janto,
I am looking at. I'm looking at the law. It's the law I'm looking at. It says 48 hours. And if within 48 hours you haven't released, go to court. Tell the judge, we haven't been able to release this gentleman or this lady because they can't face the bail conditions. And the court will instruct
what to do.
That is how it's done.
Right.
That's
That is how it's done. And if you don't do that, then it means you're taking the law into your own hands, which is wrong. Now, the other bit that I was looking at is when was Miracles giving the stop order?
According to the letter, was
away. It when he was away? Yes. When he was away. But he had been visiting Yoko. Was there at any time where they told him, oh boy, you can't travel because we are doing investigation? Was that any time? You see, the thing is, if Yoko were very explicit in the letter they brought out, explaining these things, then we would understand better.
Right.
And all these security institutions should always be mindful of the political side of things, where the political propaganda would now take over, like it's taking over this case. Because really, I don't see why politicians will mass up somewhere because somebody has been arrested. Now, let's be cautious. Let me caution. He is innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
At this particular moment we sit, he is an innocent man until proven guilty. So if he's an innocent man until proven guilty, why won't politicians wait for this to go to court? Why? I know Miracles. Miracles is my friend. When I heard it, I was a bit surprised because I don't know him to be that type of person because of his utterances and how he talks against such things. But when I then read that one Gerald Appiah has started paying, I then sat back and said, okay, was he the boss of Gerald Appiah?
Yes.
If he was the boss of Gerald Appiah, then he must know what was happening in his enclave, even if he weren't part of it. Because who does the buck stop with?
With him.
With the boss.
As executive secretary.
With the boss. With the boss. So for me, I don't want to look at the propaganda and all the hoo-ha about it. I want to delve down into it. With these things I talk about, is it real? Is it real? And maybe because of who, what do you call it, is, what do you call it, Dennis, is Dennis, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Dennis is. I'm sure if he was a quiet person who didn't know anybody, if he was Kwame here, you won't get MPP massing at the, what do you call it? Right. So, let's see. I understand he's been released, hasn't he?
No,
I'm here to get that.
Okay, so please.
So, gentlemen, 50 million property.
Please wait. Please wait.
Let's they give us
please wait. Please, you probably will be able to. You'll be able probably to tell us. Is there set amounts in terms of bail for certain offences?
It's very discretionary.
Discretion.
So
based on the alleged crime.
Don't you think Yoko should explain to the people of Ghana that if you do this, this is the kind of bail that it attracts? So that those who are now in power should be aware that if you do anything they catch you, these are some of the things that you'd have.
So that we don't say bail is being used as a tool.
Exactly, as a tool.
Yeah.
So, yes, I agree that security is security, but some of the things that go with these things should be taught to the people so that we are all aware.
Right.
I hope, what, 50, how much is it?
50 million, no.
50 million cedis.
Million. Old city is 500 billion.
How many people earn 50 million?
When you scream 50 million, you also know we are talking about 55 million.
Oh,
I don't want to say, you know,
in terms of the allegation.
The allegation,
there's some involved.
So maybe, well, it's an, well, They've done investigation, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they are still doing it.
And
according to the 55
for where they've gotten
So
to,
far.
where they've gotten to 55 million. So they haven't finished their investigation. So probably they see him as a flight risk. But is he a flight risk?
No.
Because he went and he came back. What if he went and didn't come back? Did they know he was traveling? He had the responsibility to tell them that, oh boy, I need to go and look at my kaka in London. So please, I want to go and come. Did Miracles do that? So a lot of things are gray areas here.
Right.
Probably they will tell us more so that we all are aware that this was the process that Miracles went through to travel. And these were the reasons why we did what? We arrested him when he arrived. So let's see.
Okay,
Just a
yes.
quick one. I took time yesterday to, view a lot of videos, interviews on social media. I must say that I'm rather again disgusted by the caliber of persons that were supposed to
Oh,
have
you mean those who masked up?
Yes. You listen to a lot of interviews.
Yes.
Some didn't know why they were there. Some were rather even now talking about Kenoforiata and Abutrika. Others said they bought fuel for them to fill their tank.
Oh, I see. Is
that not what the politicians do?
Well, not that I know of.
Because I remember, even in fact, a case in court
yes.
where an NDC man was brought before the court. And there were people who were there. Why are they? Oh, we're there and they asked us to come, so we have come. So when it comes to political issues like that, we always get people masked
You listen to a lot of them granting interviews.
Yeah.
And completely...
You know what?
No, it's not politics. You see, that is where we get it wrong when we even say it's politics.
But it is politics.
You get it. So nothing
it's
ever
not
gets
necessary.
done right.
It's not necessary.
The parties must have people.
One reason is that
it's
the party bigwigs that we know,
yes,
if they were all supposed to gather, their number could even outweigh that number. It is the premium they placed on Miracle.
Why not?
Yes. So the premium
but the bigwigs also showed up.
How many?
Oh, Apanyumaki was there.
I'm not disputing
Atachia was there.
Miracle is a big wig.
Nana B was there.
So that's what I'm saying.
Salam Mustafa was there.
It's not. Pardon me. Some looked.
No,
John,
wait.
When the MPs went there, you said, why should the MPs leave? I thought for those videos, we were there.
Miracle is loved across the MPP fraternity.
Elikem, he is the spokesperson for
undoubtedly, very well known.
This is you see,
that is why I'm saying that you didn't need to go and get those caliber of people.
No. You are wrong in saying that.
And be the ones to
Miracle
answer.
has been MC before.
Yes.
People came
don't
all
talk
the
about
way
MC.
from.
That was a very bad. That was a bad example.
Miracle
as
has
MCA,
been there.
he was fired.
Relax.
So there's not a good impression.
The president changed him. So Miracle.
It was a change, not a fire.
The president changed him. Okay. Miracle has been an MC. Those guys came down. Miracle has been a spokesperson. I've known Miracle since our Legon days. He cuts across the entire MPP because he blends with the youth as well as the old people of the MPP. So he's loved across us.
But you cannot deny that you also saw people who were clueless.
Some who were
clueless about what was happening.
Who shared completely intoxicated.
No, come on, guys.
Even one of the
Oh, you didn't see one of the guys who was holding the placard, and the placard was he was rather showing the empty side.
This time of AI, you should be careful.
We were there. But what I'm saying is that it's not something that is limited to the NPP.
Yes,
I've seen anytime there's a political arrest, we see these people massing up.
Let me make this personal appeal to the president.
You recall we had major demonstrations.
It's called propaganda.
During those demonstrations, did you get to interview anybody who looked?
Oh, a lot of them. Kodjo, come on, give me my answer. Kodjo, give me my answer. The answer should be a lot of them. But Kodjo, just 1 minute.
Yes.
It is a personal appeal to the president. Just as Mr. Jantua said, the backstops with Dennis in terms of his workings at the IMC.
Yes, as leader.
I think happenings like this in the country, the backstops with the president. Because clearly, the Yoko has evinced their desire and ambition to preach the Constitution. And if there is any person who should show fidelity to the Constitution, it should be the first gentleman of the land.
I beg to differ.
Yeah. Mr. Jantua, let me
finish. With the Attorney General, rather?
Beg to differ.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay. Just make your point so that we can even talk about other things.
Mr. President,
yes,
you've seen the abuse You've seen the
Wherever
sort of weapon.
Gregory Afoko is.
You gave me 1 minute.
Anyways.
You've seen the sort of weaponization that bill has turned into. You need to call certain people to order. Mr. President, where's my camera? Is it
That's your camera.
Mr. President, this is a personal appeal. You can't have, you said you came for a reset. Like Elikem is saying, even if it happened under the MPP, these are some of the... It's not good. What is not good is not good. It could be some of the reasons why you were brought in power. Please, call your men and your appointees to order in terms of this weaponization of bill. And by tomorrow, let them review this bill condition and have Miracle released. We will personally bring him anytime they need him. Miracle is not going anywhere. Mr. President, please intervene.
Well, so that's it. But Mr. Janto, you say you disagree that the back stops with the
It is not the president's responsibility to get involved. Who comes under? Yoko is under who? Who is Yoko under? Attorney General. Yes. Address it there. No. Address it there.
I want to escalate it.
No, please stop that. You're doing propaganda.
This is not propaganda.
Looking
this is
straight,
a personal appeal.
You say the camera. It's not propaganda. Please. No, you go to the institution that is under Yoko. That supervises it. And address them. But as I said, they should bring out a timetable of different bail conditions and how much you pay.
Right.
And that you should address the Attorney General with it. Let the President come in.
Very well.
Let the President come in.
Okay.
Or even you go to Parliament and let Parliament be aware of such things.
You see,
the President can't do everything.
Yeah.
No President can do everything. Because you don't need his intervention. Go to the Attorney General.
Mr.
Elikem, so let me give the final word to Elikem on this.
You need the Attorney General. But you see, when you are making some appeals, do not make certain comments. When you say Miracle is not going anywhere, I keep reminding you that we were here when Ken Oforiatta left.
And he's not returned.
Somebody recently just got a recommendation from UK Boots to go and treat Kaka or something. See, Ghanaians witness a lot of rot.
We were here when said Namtu left.
Yes.
So it happens.
People,
that is it. So when all this is happening and you want to give or make that appeal, it should be in a very tight context that will not give any ambiguity or suspicion or create any impression that anybody.
Yeah.
I also may believe that, yes, Miracle will not go anywhere. But it is not something to say because one of your own flock has set an example. Because he told us to believe in our country, we are a proud nation, and all of that. And suddenly, we are no more a proud nation. He has left us, he has deserted us, and nobody is willing to even talk about that.
Yeah.
You see, sorry, not about my brother here, but the hypocrisy of not condemning and wanting to even talk about that alone tells and gives a very bad impression about you and I all who are involved in politics. Because what it means is that now, okay, as somebody is going to UK, is it that there's a process beginning already over there and then we don't know and before you know it? So you see, so we all become even victims of the...
But let me ask a question. Why doesn't Ken Oforiatta want to come back? Why didn't Sednam want to come back? Why? It shows there's some guilt there. But if you feel that there's nothing to hide, you will come and defend yourself.
Kwame and his people say Ken knows that when he comes, you use bail to frustrate him.
Please.
Even though he's not guilty.
Look, that is neither here nor there.
Okay.
I would rather come and clear my name.
Right.
Come and clear my name.
Okay. Well, let's talk about other issues. And illegal mining, which I know, Mr. Janto, you are also very passionate about. Elikem, very passionate about. Kwame also has spoken about it here on countless occasions. Now, we are fighting the menace. And then on Saturday, we were told that there was a confrontation between the task force and some illegal miners in no other place than Chebi. Elikem, let me start with you on this one.
Yes.
Arocha is not happy at all. And many Ghanaians as well.
Who's not happy?
Arocha Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they're NGOs.
They are not happy with the incident, or we need to know what exactly they are not
so
happy
they are saying that we should do more in the fight against illegal mining.
Because there's a lot
it looks
more
like,
that needs to be done. But I must say on authority that since this government came into power, there's been very, very, very strong fight against this galamsey, this menace. And when I chanced on the video, I made a few calls and realized, yes, that was NIMO's team out there performing their sanctioned duty. Extra Gold reached out, complaining of illegal miners having invaded their concession. And the illegal miners were demanding that they be given some concession to mine on without Meanwhile, you could have gone through the right process of applying through responsible corporate Arcomstab. Mercy is there to do so. And so you haven't done that, then you have invaded somebody's concession to do what you were doing. The NIMOS was deployed there, and I think you saw the video where the military were, the guys were being, they who were unarmed were rather being more confrontational with the military. Mind you, I have said this always, the military is trained as a weapon to fight any form of aggression. They are not trained to be so civil like the police are.
Yeah.
And also, there was an instance, if you recall last year, where a NIMOS team was being lynched. If not for the intervention of some others, they would have killed or maimed them like we lost the Major Mahama and some other people. I have always advised people, when it comes to the military in particular, don't dare, just don't try. They don't understand certain languages like civility. It is not their fault, because they are always trained to consider most situations as enemy lines and to go. And the truth also is that at this point, illegal mining is a major threat to our survival, because the person may not know, but what you are engaged in is killing so many people. I have said on numerous platforms again that it affects us in even ways we do not know. You may be engaged in illegal mining. You do not care. And I'm not related to you. And he doesn't care. When I talk about it, he doesn't care. I'm just saying, not that that's the real
I get that.
Then now, you have a daughter or a son. 20 years down the line, your daughter is not getting a husband. Maybe the mining you were doing actually resulted in the death of a malnourished child or a child who was born with defects. And so the future husband of your daughter is gone. Then you will not be blaming your family, Busiafo, and all of that. You get what I mean?
True.
So the military drew a line, I saw that, and said nobody should dare cross that one. What again would give you the effrontery as man, unarmed, to want to tempt them, knowing they are holding weapons that they have clocked or could clock, and still want to tempt them to see whether you are testing their patience? I'm not justifying any act by the military to do so, though. I'm sure one would have said they should have fired warning shot. But I don't know if they even fired some already and it didn't deter them, that they knew that that is not aimed at them, or etc. I don't think we should always pay bad with same bad, and it doesn't go anywhere. But to have crossed that line again drawn for you, you could have still been at that end and argue your case and make whatever. Later, I think 14 Ghanaians were arrested, plus 4 or 5 other nationals, foreigners. 4 or 5 other nationals who are engaged in this act, destroying our lands and engaging in such environmental degradation. And so I am happy that the president has time without number not only called for updates, but reinforced his position to us. And for when I say to us, to those of us who are within that ecosystem, Forestry Commission, the NIMOS, the Minerals Commission, the EPA, etc. Any opportunity the president gets, he makes it very known, vehemently, forcefully, without any shred of doubt about where he intends to lead or in regards to this fight against galamsey.
Right.
He feels he doesn't have to come and publicly announce that I am prepared to put my presidency on the line and then do untoward. But he feels that he must make sure that the people who are in charge, who are placed there, do what needs to be done. And we must all fight this. So sorry for whoever was the victim, but this again is to tell you that do not attempt under any circumstance to come confrontational with the military in particular. They have been very civil enough to engage you, they have been civil enough to draw a line, and you still feel that you want to cross that line and go closer to him. He feels threatened. The only thing he knows using best is his weapon. And so, thank God that there was not a casualty. I don't know if, we didn't lose any life, though. But again, we hope that
someone was shot. So.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, I don't want to say severe casualty. Once you were shot, there was.
The casualty is death, and that didn't happen. So.
But so let's pray that nothing of this happened. Because I recall when the previous experience happened, I went all out. I recall I did a video and said, look, don't try it. When it comes to the military, don't try it. For you to even think maybe you will try to ambush them, etc. Well, maybe you will succeed, but the number of lives they may also take before you succeed at that will not be pleasant. And this is it.
Okay. Well, Mr. Janto has been one advocate for shoot and kill when it comes to illegal mining, and he has maintained that on the show that unless we see some level
Because
of
they are killing by their acts.
effort in that manner, these people will just keep brazenly showing disregard and going into the mining areas. Mr. Janto?
Let me give you the process. Now, I don't understand why we haven't taken that line of action. When did the NDC come into power? How many months is it now?
About 18.
18 months. When they came, if they had banned illegal mining and small-scale mining for a certain duration, we are heading for 2 years now.
Yes.
Would we not have got it in a better structured manner? And once you ban it, anybody who tries, shoot them. Simple. Because it's banned. And you have the effrontery to go and do it. We'll teach you, show you where power lies. Structure it. For me, that's the only thing. There's money to be made. I keep telling Ghanaians, and I keep telling the world, we are number 6 in the world for gold deposits. Number 1 in Africa for gold deposits. So the gold is there. Same thing as we've begun to find oil onshore, both north and south. Both north and south. Why are we sitting down for Galamsey people to spoil our lands when the commodity is there, chow, plenty? Kodjo, are you telling me that if they were to structure this thing properly, you won't go into it?
Oh, I will.
Me, I'll go into it.
I'll look for money and go so.
Yes. So far as it's structured well. And government can even use that in terms of how it gets its taxes, in terms of how it gets its money. And it will stop us from wanting to borrow everywhere, and even local borrowing, it will reduce it. So why aren't we structuring it? I don't understand that principle, why we don't want to structure.
So you insist that we should have a moratorium on all forms of small-scale mining?
Yes, even if we structure it, it will be better for politicians, won't it? Because the parliamentarian can also have a small bit there and be earning money from it, and not doing it the way we are doing.
The structure is being done, though, but many do not even want to go through that. The reason we mentioned...
So that is where...
Even the formation of the setting up of the gold board is a part of structure.
Elikem, we are talking about illegal mining.
Yes.
We are talking about illegal mining. Yes. Structure everything. Have a gold board. It's a recipient.
I'm just telling you.
It's a recipient.
I did mention Arcom's
they take the gold and take it there. But I'm saying those who are doing... Look, the Chebi one, isn't it by the roadside? Isn't it by the roadside? Yeah. And what do you call it? The Joy journalist, Erastus. Did you listen to the interview he had with the gentleman? He called the gentleman and asked him, when he asked the gentleman, why are you doing this? He said, oh, we are part of the cooperative and they are doing. So he said, show me your license. Then the man said, who are you? And banged the phone. Can't we structure it? You structure it and you put the forces in place to make sure that that ban is heeded too.
So it starts with the moratorium?
It starts with the moratorium.
Then we go ahead
even if we said 2 years. Yeah. But President Akufo-Addo tried it.
Yes.
And unfortunately, he wasn't man enough to finish it because of votes. If it so happens that President Mahama says we are banning it and they lose the next election, it's better. But they will not lose the next election because that is what people want.
Oh,
I don't understand. Please don't let us go down that line. I don't understand why it is glaring us in the face that we can do this and do what and clear the ill. Yeah. But we are letting it happen. I asked the question, are you an MP?
No.
Are you an MP?
Soon to be.
Where did they get their money from?
I don't want.
Where did they get their money from?
That's a very good question. Because it costs so much.
It costs so much
to become an MP.
And it's up to who? The Electoral Commission to probe these things. Are we? We should ask the question. So, Kwame Janto, you've gone to stand in Asukwa. Where are you getting your money from? In this country, nobody earns the kind of money that we say parliamentarians and president needs to stand an election. You've got to be able to show. Also in America, where one of the senators used what? Party money or election money to go and buy, what do you call it? What happened to him? They jailed him.
Sharp.
They jailed him. So for me, if you don't structure this thing properly, it's going to go until their kingdom come. Gold is king around the world. Gold is king. And if God has given it to us in abundance, why aren't we looking after it?
Kodjo, Mr. Janto active. I'm an MP, but I was soon to be an MP.
Okay. Congratulations.
Akwetia.
I'll come and support you.
Contest the Akwetia constituency.
Oh, okay. 2 lawyers.
Yes.
Going at it.
You're choosing the wrong place to go.
Well, why did you say?
I was going to wish you well, but unfortunately...
Unfortunately, what?
You think Bernard will give him a run for his money?
I'm a senior Bernard.
So 2 Bernards, 2 lawyers. That would be interesting.
I'm a senior lawyer.
Okay.
Junior. Even in our courtroom practice, if you are there with your senior...
You have to.
Yes, like Mr. Janto, I'll tell you, if the seat is one, I'll give it to him.
Yes.
Because it's my senior.
So, and Akwetia seat is one?
Yes, and
but it doesn't apply here.
No, you have to give it to the senior lawyer. You know, it's as simple as it gets.
Very
you
well.
see, this issue of mining, I'll blame this government. I'll blame and entirely blame them for the situation we have now. You see, as part of the solutions for fighting illegal mining, the previous government came with the idea of this community mining scheme. It was launched, people were roped into massive education. So people understood the concept that, what is community mining? It combines what we call the tributary system. Those of us who are from Akwetia, we understand what we call tributary system. So it was part of the suggestion that let's bring back the tributary system. What is tributary system? So the whole of Akwetia, like the GCD, the Ghana Consolidated Mines, they have the concessions in their name. Very huge concession from Kusi, Akwetia, all through to Manso, big concession. Then individuals will apply to GCD that let me come into your concession to mine this particular area. But what will happen is that the Ghana Consolidated Diamond, they will monitor and supervise the activities of these individuals. That is what we call tributary system. So GCD had a concession from Anyasu, Nomafo, Kusi, all those places. But individuals will apply to GCD that I have seen this particular area, let's say EIB area. I feel that when I prospect it, I'll get something. Then GCD will say that, okay, we will license you sort of to mine. So you mine under the auspices of GCD. That is what we call the tributary system, introduced by Rawlings in the 90s at Akwetia. That is what was escalated and brought into the community mining scheme idea. That, yes, we have very wide areas that people think they are gold deposits, but it is the government who declare that, this is the area we are going to mine. Then the government will sort of license and supervise the mining activities. That is all the community mining scheme was. So people were educated to understand this is what is going to happen. We lost the election. Community mining scheme is abandoned, and what comes in are what?
Responsible, cooperative, skills development.
Look at this.
Oh.
Instead of you to continue the community mining scheme, you put it somewhere and bring something different.
Because they accused you of roping in only party people to do the community mining.
There was a way they could have fixed
and then your party leaders and some of your big wigs were overtaking the whole mining scheme.
There was a way they could have fixed that if that was even the notion. The thing was running already. People had understood the concept of community mining scheme. You are in power. Continue it. Now, the guy who was being interviewed by Erasmus, he was under the impression that it was a community mining because that is what they know. And now, just about a year, R comes, R words, people, what is this? It should just be, because you see, the truth is that mining is a source of livelihood. As a person from Akwetia, there's no way I can say I've mined before. Okay, it's a source of livelihood. When we were in the Legon, my vacations, I was going to the mining sites to mine. So I understand mining. That is why when the previous government came with this community mining scheme, it was laudable. You come and discontinue and form something they are not seeing top. That is what happened in Chebi. Because Extra Gold has the concession, people also think that, the community mining scheme said that we can go to the larger mines and get this. Confusion everywhere. Confusion everywhere. So for me, I believe that this government should go back to the workings and the operations of the community mining scheme. It was quite a laudable idea for the benefit of all of us. Don't give it another name. Don't give it another operational thing and call it, even me at my level. All this long saying, I can't pronounce it. Is that what I wrote? Please, could you help me again?
So just point of order.
Point
of order. If it so happened that the NDC was in power and the new came in, and they broke this community mining scheme, would you people follow it?
Oh, as if it's good for the Ghanaians.
Please stop
we'll
that.
follow it.
Please
help me mention
Please stop that.
It's the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. How comes there?
How is he going to mention this? Simple community mining.
But they've told them that come and let's re-register you properly so that you can do mining.
The person is already involved in community mining. He's been taken through the rudiments of community mining scheme. You come and even the name will scare them away. So me, I'm just thinking that.
Yes, Kwame, that's what
sometimes continuity is the solution.
Okay.
In this area of illegal mining, if the government of the day had just continued with the community mining scheme, which was a very good idea, which had incorporated the tributary system I have explained, we wouldn't have been facing this issue.
Okay.
Continue the policy if it is good.
Right.
I want to believe that because my brother wants to contest for a position there, he didn't listen to what I said.
Oh, I'm sitting here with you.
Reported the issue.
Reported that illegal miners
had invaded.
No, I'm talking in the larger sense.
So let's assume that they are community miners. So community miners, do they go and invade people's concessions?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm saying that people are now confused as to the workings of the community.
That is why,
So it is in the larger scheme of things that I'm saying that thing
but not specific to this matter.
Not specific with extra gold.
So you see, the RCOMSDEP is there to streamline.
RCOMS what?
RCOMSDEP.
I can't even.
It's supposed to. So you can even say COMSDEP. It is there to do so. It is the same community
cooperative mining scheme and skills development program.
You get
I
get it. And so it cannot be that.
But why was the community mining scheme abandoned?
But you guys were just abusing all of it.
Oh, abusing.
It got to a point the president himself said he was not aware of things happening in this country when illegal mining was being talked about.
Why would you have
There was a time when the president said he was prepared to put his presidency on the line.
He did.
He did.
What did he? He did. If there was any person who has... See, Mr. Johnson, you would agree with me.
You know why they voted against?
What does
Oh,
it
they
mean?
voted, as of voting against us, they vote against you in 2028. So that one is a separate matter.
See.
Just 1 minute. If there is any person who actually showed like efforts to fight Galamsey, is President
But that is what Mr. Janswa said, that indeed he banned the mining, but then he could not sustain it. So the gains were lost.
Do you know that the irony of the ban is that when the ban was enforced, that was when Ghana's exports increased to the highest. How did that happen?
Oh, you see, let me just
Do you know that?
No, it's illegal mining we are talking about. See, the sanctioning regime, the punishment for illegal mining, it was under another stem that was increased from 3 to 15 years. The mining school of Takwa, the president and the government of the day had to spend resources to train people. They call it a mining school in Takwa. You see, so the government showed a lot of means to fight illegal mining.
I grew up in Takwa. I schooled even in Takwa. So don't even go there, number one. Number two, do you know of the Kobe, the former Western regional minister?
Oh, yes.
Do you recall that video where they are parliamentary candidate and Frimpong and co, with all of them, the ministers, they were all there and were encouraging the people prior to elections that Galam stop, Gala whatever, what they have, you're turning them, encouraging people to go ahead.
But your deputy defense minister, Roger, was he not on the field telling people that Galamsey?
I am telling you that you are saying Nanado should be is the one person who has shown. I'm giving you that even his appointees were on tape. Brazenly telling people, go out there and do whatever. If any military person comes to you, whatever, move it to me, you can lynch them.
Right.
That is why you see in my submission, I didn't want to make references to even the past experience and all of that.
Yeah.
Look, even because this matter is in court, I was also with the team that went to Samaboy to unravel these things over GHOne to me. What happened? So much rot. Right. And see, I speak of these things with so much passion because, look, death has no coloration. All the health hazards we talk about, it affects all of us. And I cannot be a young man who will be so vociferous and be thinking that money is everything and for which reason to hell with everybody. I'll give you an example of how it can affect us indirectly without knowing.
True.
So it is, let us see how we are resolving and addressing this.
Okay.
But to begin to say that Nanado, please.
Okay.
For now, for some time,
let's go to our last topic, a minute each because we're running out of time. The NPP, the elections over the weekend. Oh. I'm sure you also witnessed it in terms of how it went. We're told that...
You should give the time to me.
No, I'll give you the time.
We're
told that, according to Justin Kodjo, they recorded about 80% success
successful.
That is the one that was disrupted.
Oh, few places. Few places.
How many?
About 3 places.
No, 23.
About 3.
In case you
No,
do not know.
the disruption was just about 3 places. But where elections...
Mr. Anton, you have the floor. Don't mind Kwame now.
I don't give you my matter to a CPP. It's my matter. It's not your matter. It's my matter.
It's Ghanaian matter. It's Ghanaian matter. It's not your matter. You see, that's why he lost the election.
Oh, you win another election.
You've taken it like it's for you, when it's for the country.
We are coming back in 2020.
Oh, Kwame, let your senior counsel make
I
a
don't
point.
understand why. I'll punish him. Don't worry.
I don't. The senior doesn't work at certain places.
I'm quiet now.
I don't understand why your party is having an election and you go and disrupt it. If you have any grievance, why don't you tell your people in your party, your big people in the party, that we don't like this, we don't like this, we don't like that? What was the reason for the disruption? What kind of branch election was it?
No, constituency
elections.
Yes.
Why? Especially when you look at where your party is today. And I keep telling MPP and also NDC, learn from the CPP. Learn from us. Because it doesn't bode well for you. We're a small majority of parliament. Right now, even when you talk, people aren't listening. And instead of building yourself for the people to get to understand you better, look at what you are doing. So people look at you and say, we'll win election. No. And we cannot have a one-party state in this country too.
True.
And you are the biggest opposition party. So what's going on? What's going on? Elikem, you come, don't worry. What's going on?
Right.
I don't understand it. When I read it, it was Bantama, of all places. Of all places. And they are gradually losing their hold on the Ashanti region. And they should look at it if they really, really, really feel it is their World Bank. They're gradually losing. Because right now, up until now, when you look at some of the things President Mahama has done, Ghanaians are satisfied to an extent. Ghanaians are satisfied to an extent. And even in Ashanti, Ashantis are beginning to realize the feel of what he's trying to do. And it will hit you if that is your World Bank. So why go and disrupt elections and you cause the problem? It's not as if it was an external problem. Within yourselves, you cause the problem. Why? You're making it difficult for even your flag bearer. Very difficult.
Right.
So I couldn't understand why they went down that line. But let's hope they can resolve it.
Okay.
Elikem,
you have a minute on that.
Just a quick one. Do you know that we are holding our branch election?
Yes.
It's been very smooth and quiet and going on seamlessly. Discipline is very key. And that is so much missing in the MPP's fiber. I think they need to look at that. I also chanced on another video of one Oketechie who at one point is seemingly anti-MPP. At another time, he seems to be pro-MPP. I don't know where he belongs when and where he will belong tomorrow. And some other thugs who were interviewed and arrested said that, arrested and interviewed that he brought them there to disrupt. And since he himself was even assaulted and had a cut on his head. I think the violent, so it's condemnable wherever it happens. It shouldn't be. An election should always be a peaceful process. That is why it hurts the conscience of nobody less a person than the president himself. And it will forever remain a scar on him, the former president, I mean, that during the peaceful elections, about 8 people lost their lives, and nothing really seemed to have been done about that. When they know that Nanado is a human rights lawyer, advocate, what have you, he spoke so fluently and even sometimes translated that to French to show his international pedigree. But in his own country, during a peaceful and democratic, in fact, the crescendo of a democratic process is an election. And when that was being done, 8 people lost their lives, and he didn't care, maybe because it was not. And now you see that same thing is raising its ugly head in your elections because the factions have become so entrenched.
Right.
People who were for Kennedy Japan would have to be elbowed out at all costs. People who are for Baumia. So when Miracles is facing whatever, you won't find Ken people there. It is not helping. It is not helping. I pray that. Look, let me use myself as an example.
He's crying more than
we know it. Let me give you an example. Look, maybe I may not mention his name. I went campaigning for a friend of mine before to contest for an MP.
Right.
As an aspirant. He lost to another candidate. After he lost, I went to join the other team to make sure we campaign for the main election. Some didn't understand. And I've always had that view that once, especially for internal elections, don't make it look as if you are enemies.
Yeah.
Because when you do that, look, do you know, maybe 10% of the votes we even got may have been aided by the MPP in 2024. Because of the revelations they gave us themselves. So, should I say I'm happy what is happening because more revelations will be coming out again. But it is not good for this country, and they need to sit up.
Right.
You see, to a large extent, I agree with what Mr. Jantua said, that why should these things happen? Let me tell you, this election process, as we had it on Saturday and Sunday, as one of the most democratic and transparent process ever. I was deeply involved. So I'm even surprised why these things should happen. You know what we did? Every constituency had an election committee. And look, listen to the compositions of this committee. And I think that nothing like all those things should have happened.
Right.
Every constituency had a national rep as a member of the elections committee, a regional rep, an elderly woman in the constituency who will be listened to in terms of advising people and all that as a member of this committee. The elections officer as well as the IT officer. I, for instance, was the regional rep at the Kedi constituency. Oh. So we were tasked with the vetting and the organization of the elections. This is a 7-member committee. Then we formed another layer called an appeals committee, that if the 5 persons comprising of regional rep, national rep, and some of the constituency reps, if you think that you are aggrieved by whatever has gone on between you and them, appeal to the next level, which is the appeals committee. So we offered all these processes. So, for instance, when I sat in the vetting, when you come, the first question I asked you, and the people of Kede constituency will tell you, do you have any issues with any of us here? Do you have any issue with any of the processes? They said, oh, no. They said, oh, this. So we told everybody, we did training for them. When they come before you, let them express their grievances. If it fails with the 5-member committee, let them escalate it to the appeals committee. So we put all these things in process. It was so transparent and it was so democratic. So if somebody goes about like Okatechi and Bantama, then it means it's anti-party. They have decided to go on that tangent, and now see what Elikem and Mr. Jantua is telling us, party people. The processes were transparent. The processes were democratic. Because I'm from Akotia constituency, they know I am nursing the ambition. I wasn't put there. I was put in another constituency. So that is what we did. If there's somebody we believe who will come in as a regional rep or a national, we send him to another constituency to avoid biases. The party did all these things.
But there was still disruption.
That is what I'm saying. I agree with you that those people are anti-party people.
Right.
Because, you see, 5-member committee, you are not happy, go to the appeals level. Committee. Even if the appeals level, you can go to the... So why resort to violence? Right. So please, I'll plead with all of you members of the MPP. We have a country to rescue. And we have started with the rescue processes. We have peacefully elected our flag bearer, and he's going to form his cabinet in 2029. We are now forming the party base to support him. We did our polling station elections peacefully. We did our constituency electoral area executive. We are done with our constituency. The remaining 23 constituencies, I'm pleading with you, especially at Chimswedro. Please resolve your issue. Let us organize our base. Let us galvanize the party and support our flag bearer. We have a party. We have a country to rescue. Now, the next level is our regional elections, which comes on next month. Yes. Then from there in September, we have our national election. Then the party is well structured, ready for action, and ready to rescue.
Fantastic.
People of Ghana.
Oh, you are appealing again.
People of Ghana. He's been appealing from the beginning. My NPP folks, we are fortunate. We are not like them. They don't even know who will lead them now. We have our leader now, and we know his competence. All our leader, Alhaji Dr. Baumia, requires from us is to get a strong party behind him, a good chairman across all the, good chairman across all constituencies, good national chairman. And listen, once our party is strong, the machinery is strong. We have a competent and a super competent flag bearer in the person of Dr. Alhaji Baumia.
Right.
Let us hold the fort, organize our party, unite, and carry on with Dr. Baumia.
Thank you.
One of the reasons why you're having trouble today is how you deceived your delegates. Believing that you are now starting a new approach, electing flag bearer, national executives, regional
That's the
executives.
best thing.
Hold on. So why are you not following it through? And now you have, after you have deceived them to elect a flag bearer, then you have made a U-turn to say, let's start from branch to
Well, gentlemen, thank you. We have run out of time, and thank you so much for your time this morning.
It is not
Bernard Kwame Redu is a private legal practitioner and a member of the NPP's Legal Directorate. Elikem Kotoko, Deputy National Organizer of the National Democratic Congress, and Kwame Jantua, a private legal practitioner and also a member of the Convention People's Party. Gentlemen, thank you. It's been insightful and wonderful. We'll be right back after this.
You're welcome back to the show. This is still GH Today here on GHOne TV. I am Lily Mohammed. The world today relies heavily on how well you put yourself out there. And one of the most critical tools is public relations. And the world has adapted to too many tools lately. How do we ensure that we're living up to the changing scenes of the world? This morning, my guest is well known in this space. She's Esther Koba. She's the president of the International Public Relations Association, IPR. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you. Good to see you too, Lily. After so many years.
Yes.
You're looking well.
Thank you.
Good. You're taking good care of yourself.
I'm learning from you.
Oh, wow.
Am I not blessed?
You are super blessed.
But how have you been after many years in this space?
Oh, I'm well. I'm well.
You think the space is growing?
It is growing. It's growing tremendously. I mean, from over 45 years ago, when I entered the space of communications, when IPR Ghana today was Public Relations, Prague, Public Relations Association of Ghana.
Right.
And eventually transitioned to IPR Ghana. Things have changed. At that time, there were very limited educational institutions teaching public relations. It was largely School of Communication Studies, partially Ghana Institute of Journalism. But now there are several institutions. There were a lot of people who didn't understand what public relations is. There are still people who think that we do the running around. But now companies are appreciating our role. Governments, communities are recognizing that communication is at the heart of human existence. And therefore, the space is changing. And then technology has also changed the space considerably. In fact, it continues to change the space every day. I mean, and it's exciting. It's exciting. And that's why
Did you think that 40 years ago we would come here, I mean, singing a new song that, okay, the world is changing and public relation professionals are catching on?
I mean, 40 years ago.
And now, looking at then and now.
Then and now, I mean,
with regards to the professionals themselves.
At that time, we probably wouldn't have thought so much about, but it was obvious. It was obvious that things were changing. I remember at the time that I set up Stratcom Africa, for instance, the symbol that we used was a drummer, talking drums, with its sound going into a satellite dish. We knew at that time that we were going to go digital. But there were a lot of people also that didn't understand the profession and therefore couldn't even appreciate where it would go.
Right.
So because if you don't understand what a profession stands for, what that professional discipline is, you won't know where it's going. And that is why for us as IPR Ghana, Institute of Public Relations Ghana, it is important for us to dedicate a time where we review for ourselves, we reflect for us on ourselves where our profession is going, where our people are situated within the profession, and also check with the public what is their understanding and how we can engage with them to take the profession where it belongs and also let it benefit people the manner in which it should benefit them.
And so you're dedicating the entire of July to celebrate?
Yes, we've dedicated entirety of July to celebrate, and we're focusing on leadership.
Okay. Why leadership?
Because without communication, without effective communication, there is no leadership.
Okay.
Because a leader has to bring along people.
Absolutely.
To achieve a common vision. And the only way you can bring them along is to engage effectively with them. And people are not all the same. So a good leader has to understand the realities of different people. And that's what communication does. We look at different people, where they are, their realities, their needs, and engage with them in a manner that resonates with them wherever they are. There's no leader that can lead without effective communication. That is why somebody like Jesus Christ, even the one with the Holy Spirit, will go to a beach to go and find fishermen and tell them, come and I'll make you fishers of men. He located them in their reality, connected with their reality, brought them into his reality, and took them along with him.
Right.
So leadership requires communication.
And talking about communication, let's talk about ethical communication and what the role of IPR in promoting professionalism.
For me, it's impossible to be a good leader without being ethical, because trust is at the center of leadership. Because leadership is not just being the one in front. Leadership has to do with followership. True. Without people following you, you cannot lead. And they need to trust you to follow you. So you have to be ethical in what you do. Sometimes we think because of the position we hold, we are leaders. Sometimes we think that because of the power that we have, we are the leaders. But your power is in your relevance.
Right.
And your relevance is in how much people trust you. And they trust you when they see that you are ethical. And therefore, there cannot be effective leadership without ethical engagement.
For the young person out there today who is yearning to go into public relations, what are some of the perks? What are the do's, the don'ts of going into this profession?
A lot of people now see public relations as the glam, maybe speaking on behalf of an organization, sitting on TV, being at events. Yeah. Events have become a big public relations thing. But through all that, you need to deliver a compelling message. So for a young person going into public relations, first of all, you need to understand that it is a professional discipline. And therefore, you have to put yourself through the discipline of studying the theory that drives the practice. You have to put yourself through the discipline of appreciating that a public relations person signs on to a life of service, because you are going to provide service to people to enable them to work with people's minds. And it means that you really have to be deliberate. You have to be intentional to study. So if you're a young person that's going into, let's say, a chocolate manufacturing industry, you need to learn about cocoa, you need to learn about chocolate making, you need to learn about the global chocolate industry. So it means that you need to serve yourself with knowledge to be able to offer the knowledge that is required for the engagement with people. And you also need to be authentic. You need to be real to yourself. You need to understand who you are and what the who that you are offers. You need to be able to humble yourself to understand other people. Otherwise, it becomes difficult for you to deliver on your work. One of the things I tell people is, as public relations people, we are hired to put other people in the picture. And if the picture is good, somebody will ask for the photographer.
Of course.
And then you can be in the picture. Sometimes we're too much in a hurry to be out there. Because I can understand when you've thought through a program, you've put it together, and you've worked with your chief executive, you train them, you give them speaking points on what to say, you advise them on how they engage and all that. Then whatever they're going to do comes up, and they are in front, and you are somewhere. You should find joy in seeing other people succeed.
Is the fast-paced social media world watering down the essence of professional discipline?
It is. It is to some extent. Because these days people feel that the fact that I'm able to put some text together, take a picture with my phone and post it on a channel makes me a public relations person or a communications person. It's dangerous. And that is why we are talking about a lot of misinformation, disinformation, and the danger that digital communication poses. Digital communications offer us so much, but we have to be careful how we use that. So I always tell organizations, it's not so much about the handle and what you're going to put on that handle. It is about who handles the handle. So it is not so much about the operating theater, the table, the knives and things that doctors use.
It is about the surgeon.
It is about the surgeon. It is not so much about the medication that is displayed in a pharmacy. It is about the pharmacist who dispenses the medication. And because everybody speaks, because everybody has an Instagram account, LinkedIn account, everybody thinks that is communication. And that is why people sometimes have crises on social media. So this is a time that individuals, organizations, countries should insist on that professional discipline. I keep telling people that for me, digital media are just a progression from print, electronic. At first we had newspapers, we had talking drums, then we had scrolls, we had newspapers, then we had black and white TV, they become colored. And then they progressed. We had emails, and then other things came up. So the thing is, how do you use the different channels intelligently? For instance, one of the campaigns that I am on is the fact that we think digital communication is everything now. Sometimes now, when you're doing strategies, people are focusing largely on digital. They're focusing on what AI can do, forgetting that in a country like Ghana, on a continent like Africa, a lot of our communities don't even have electricity. So if you're going to focus most of your PR work on digital comms, you're leaving so many people
out
behind. And therefore, you need somebody with the professional discipline to be able to think through the realities of different constituents and be able to engage with them
and engage
using
effectively.
the right tools at the right time. I mean, now robots are doing surgery.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that
the human factor has been erased.
The human factor has been erased. And that is one of the things. It's a human being who sits on a computer and directs the robot as to what to do. But what we are seeing also is that over time, we're selling our minds to digital, AI. I mean, people are unfortunately using AI wrongly, I would say. So everything, you give work and people go straight to AI. Very soon your mind will cease to work. And that is why at International Public Relations Association, where I'm president, we actually have guidelines for using AI. When you use AI to do work, you have to say, I used AI.
Let's look at some of the things you're doing in this month of July. For instance.
This month, it's an exciting month.
Okay.
I wake up every morning and I'm just so excited about how we are working together as Institute of Public Relations Ghana with our membership, thousands of people, you know, and our student chapters to engage each other and engage the world. We're having a digital campaign, so visit our social media handles and learn a lot about public relations.
Right.
We are also engaging each other. You know, to give value, you have to create value in self. So on Thursday, the 16th of
July,
which
is the World Public
Relations Day, our public sector public relations officers, about over 100 of them, and you know, there are a lot of them, they're coming together to think about, to have conversations about the profession and how they use this profession to communicate government policies effectively. So people of Ghana know that the policies that the country has are communicated to us.
Okay.
And there are people, there are professionals within each ministry, each agency that help to communicate. Without effective communication, there is no good governance.
Okay.
And therefore, on Thursday morning, this group will be together to have this conversation. In the evening, we recognize that there are opportunities with our profession, but there are also challenges. And it's, as we say in Fanti, Circle Unko Ejina. So we will gather and have conversations about what are some of the challenges that you're facing in your space. Maybe I faced the same challenge, and I'll tell you how I went about that. That's happening at the Kofi Annan Center in the Ridge area.
Okay.
And then...
What time does it start?
It's 5 o'clock in the evening. Okay. The public sector one is for the public sector group, but it's at 9 a.m.
Okay.
The Minister of Government Communication will be there as well. They'll ask him questions and all that. Then we have something that's happening throughout the month.
Okay.
We call it Sustainability Conversations with high schools.
Okay.
People will not know that they are ruining their environment if it is not communicated to them. Look at the floods that we had recently. Hardly do people know that throwing a sachet water, plastic, something out of the window, your rubbish collecting in the gutters contribute to flooding. So we are using communication to help address that. And we go to schools every year. We go to high schools. We're working with them to be effective channels of communication among children, among parents, and in their communities. It has already happened in Kumasi at the Good Shepherd Methodist School, I think. It's happening at the Presbyterian School in Tamale. And in Accra, we're doing it at the Sempe School as well, a school that is over 200 years old. We've been doing this every year. And then we are doing our student chapters rock. So our student chapters have been given the freedom to come up with ideas on what they want to do. And so they will be implementing that as well. But we are also training our student chapter executives in leadership. How to lead effectively. This is where it starts. So we're training them. And then at the end of the month, we're doing what we call the Ezikanfo lectures, our forebears, the people who have gone ahead of us. There are many people in Ghana who have contributed to the growth of our industry, to the growth of this profession, and indeed to the growth of IPR Ghana. We're starting with Joseph Alote-Papo. An amazing professional. He passed on. So this lecture, this first lecture, will be dedicated to him. And at the appropriate time, we will put the publicity out for people to come and listen. There are many other things that we're doing among ourselves, but it's Ghana Institute of Public Relations, Ghana Public Relations Month. Think public relations, talk public relations, because on a daily basis, you are engaging. When you wake up from bed, you are practicing public relations. So this month, we're inviting everybody to learn something from us and use it in your daily lives.
See, I didn't need to do a lot of talking. She's a public relations expert, and so that's all you should expect. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's always a humbling moment engaging you. There's Esther Koba. She's the president of the International Public Relations Association.
And president of
IPR
Ghana. Yes.
So you see,
and it's IPR Ghana that is celebrating its month this month. And we're really delighted. It's a beautiful profession. I don't know what else I would have done.
So if you're thinking of a profession, maybe you should consider public relations. Thank you very much.
Consider public relations.
I am back shortly after this breather. Stay with me. Lily Mohammed. This morning I've been joined by Sheikh Kwame Asasijima. He's General Manager, Health, Safety and Environment for Bost Energies. And we're talking about Bost Energies this morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you. Oh, thank you.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
A lot of people see Bost Energies and immediately they think, oh, this is Bost. Is it the same?
It is actually the same.
Ah, okay.
Energies is because we've aligned to Ghana's energy transition framework. So we want to be cleaner in our business, the way we conduct our business. That is why we've got the energies driving home the point that we have to be more responsible in executing our business.
In executing responsibility, you have HSC, that's Health, Safety, Environment Week. Tell us about it.
Well, HSC is at the very core of the business. I keep on saying that if the vision of the company is the wheels, HSC is the hub and the spokes at the very center to keep the balance of the organization. For the safety week, what we are trying to do is to really build the culture, the safety culture in the organization, and do a lot of public sensitization and engagement to inform the general public about our business and the impact on them in terms of the environment, in terms of even the individuals. Why? Because sometimes in conducting our business, especially moving products like from one location to the other, let's say from Accra to Kumasi, APD to Kumasi, via the BRVs, there are incidents and sometimes leading to casualties. Not only the reputational damage and financial implication, but there are casualties. That's dreams that never manifested, people died, and they never fulfilled destiny or dreams. So yes, we are very concerned about the general public.
Okay. So how does it fit into the national agenda?
Well, there's a cascading effect in terms of synergies between the tone set by the Ministry of Energy and what Bost Energies is doing. Like I did said, fitting into the green transition, energy transition framework. Why is it very, very important? Bost is a national asset. It's very, very expensive. Our main shareholder is government. Therefore, we are managing the infrastructure so that if there are incidents, let's say we would lose a pipe or a tank or a fire outbreak, the cost is absolutely horrendous. And who bears it? It's our shareholders, it's the government. So we have to make sure that we conduct our business in a way that does not cause reputational damage to the government, to the nation, that does not lead to loss of lives, and also protects our assets that is highly capital intensive.
When does the HSE week start?
It started on the 11th. And perfectly, it tied in with the president's directive to conduct a national cleaning activity. So we merged the two and we represented strongly across our depots. That's in Accra, in Akosobo, in Wipe, in Kumasi, Bolga. And we're lucky to even have the Energy Minister, Honorable John Jinapo, join with our Wipe team. So yes, we responded to that call massively. Aside that, we did health screening. So it's about a 6-day program. The first was the health walk, the float, the cleanup exercise on the 11th. Yesterday we had the health screening. So we are doing basic screening across the depots. That means blood pressure, blood sugar, counseling, body mass index, those sort of basic things to make staff aware of the importance of their health to us as a business. Yes.
If you look at what we witnessed on 29th of June, you think that as a country, if we take our health, safety and environment serious, we would have ended up there?
We definitely wouldn't have. It's a clarion call, obviously. I think it's something that everybody needs to take seriously. Safety is life, and it's the shared responsibility. For example, there's a reason why you wear your safety, your safety belts, seat belts. There's a reason, but people don't wear it. And when there's an accident, there are serious consequences. Likewise, floods. There's a reason why you have to desilt your drains. If you don't, then there are overflows, and you see how properties and lives are lost. So it is a shared responsibility, and the time has come for all of us to put shoulders to wheel and move, have a strong movement within the country, sensitizing the general public of the roles